A very warm day, everyone. Welcome to virtual learning classes of SLVEM School. In this video, we are going to discuss about the final summary of the poem Home They Brought Her Warrior Dead. In this poem, we have mainly some characters: a king, a queen, and their son, some soldiers, some friends, some maids, and a 90 years old nurse. Here, the situation what happened is the king died on war. Soldiers taken the king's dead body to home, and we all have a view that if any one person died, we mainly listen the deep sorrow, cry, emotions of the family members and some traditional rituals. But here the situation is different. If a person died, mainly the situation affects to his wife. But here the situation is different. In this poem, the king died and soldiers taken the king's dead body to home. And usually the queen has to cry loudly, but the queen is didn't expressing her feelings. She is very quiet and calm, and she is in conscious. In these situations, we mainly observe that if any of the person may die, his wife maybe becomes unconscious. But here the queen is fully in conscious, but she didn't expressing her feelings. She is very quiet and very calm. So now we will discuss about the stanzas and the meanings what we have. Stanza 1. Home they brought her warrior dead. She nor swooned nor uttered a cry. All her maidens watching said, she must weep or she will die. The stanza 1 says about that the soldiers taken the king's dead body to home. While looking the king's dead body, Queen didn't react to anything. She is silent, she is unconscious, and she didn't make any sound of cry. So all the maidens, all the servants who are watching that, they said the queen must cry. The queen must react on this situation. Otherwise, the queen will die. Stanza 2 is Then they praised him soft and low, called him worthy to be loved, truest friend and noblest foe. Yet she neither spoke nor moved. The stanza 2 says that the people who are in that situation are praising and talking about the good things done by the died king in a soft and low and a polite manner. They are praising the king. Why? Because while listening those praises of the people, the queen will cry. They thought like that. But there is no reference, there is no response from queen. They praising the king as a most lovable person. He is a very true and good friend to everyone, and he has some finest, very special qualities. While listening all those words, also the queen doesn't react to any word. She didn't spoke or moved. Still, she is stable. and they call him the noblest foe. No one enemy is there to for king. The king is the truest friend and the noblest foe. Stanza 3 is stole a maiden from her place, lightly to the warrior stepped, took the face cloth from the face, yet she neither moved nor wept. Stanza 3 says that on the time a maiden, an unmarried woman, just standed and moved to nearby king's dead body, and the body is covered with a cloth. So the maid take off the cloth from the face of king's dead body. After watching king's face also, the queen didn't move and didn't reacted and didn't cry and the sense didn't weep. Still, she is not reacting to anything. She is looking different. The fourth and final stanza is Rose, a nurse of 90 years, set his child upon her knee. Like summer tempest came her tears. Sweet, my child, I live for thee. The final stanza says it about that an emotional situation takes place there. One person suddenly came there with a baby child. Who was that baby? The baby was the child of king and queen. The queen didn't reacting after watching her husband's dead body. So the maids thought that they make they made the queen to cry until the queen will die. So one person came there with a baby child. The person is an old woman, namely Rose, of 90 years, and she taken the child of king and queen's son, and she placed the child on queen's knee. Then suddenly, while looking the face of the child, the queen became emotional. The queen begins to cry heavily and loudly after looking the child. She said an emotional word that, sweet my child, I love my child. I want to live for my child's sake. Why? Because my husband is not with me. He is no more, he is no more. So I want to live for my child's sake. The queen began to cry loudly